Night falls softly over Little Saigon. The streets outside are quiet, broken only by the occasional hum of a passing car or the distant laughter of children playing. Inside a small apartment, the warm golden glow from a desk lamp gently illuminates a worn wooden desk. On it lies a fountain pen, its nib lightly touching a stack of yellowed paper. A young Vietnamese woman sits before it, her hands trembling slightly, not from the cold, but from the weight of stories yet untold. The loneliness that has followed her since she arrived in America. She opens the notebook and begins writing a letter to her 18-year-old self, the version of her just stepping out of Saigon, leaving family and friends behind, embarking on a journey in a foreign land. This letter is for no one else. It is a quiet conversation between her and that young girl who is searching for her identity and for peace in a world that feels entirely unfamiliar. Her pen glides across the paper, carrying her breath, her heartbeat, and the ache of those early days. She writes, "Dear me, I know you are scared, lonely, and sometimes feel like everything is unfair. But I want you to know that this will pass, and you will find yourself in these faraway days." She remembers waking in that cold dorm room, the alarm clock ringing, the bus rumbling outside. She remembers wondering how she would survive in a city where no one pronounced her name correctly, where everything felt strange and alien. She recalls those first trips to unfamiliar grocery stores, holding items that carried no meaning to her, desperately searching for the familiar flavors of Vietnam on foreign shelves. She remembers the long nights alone in her room, listening to old Vietnamese songs on a tiny speaker, her mind drifting back to the streets of Saigon. She could almost smell the fresh bread from the corner bakery, the rich scent of roasted coffee, the intoxicating fragrance of jasmine at night. Each scent, each sound became a fragile bridge connecting her back to herself, to her childhood, to the homeland she so deeply missed. In her letters, she writes about the days she felt utterly lost, when the immense pressure of studies, part-time work, and cultural adjustment weighed so heavily on her shoulders that she could barely breathe. She recalls crying quietly in the bathroom, her sobs muffled, dreaming of family meals back home, the sound of her parents' laughter, the familiar voices she yearned to hear. Yet, she also writes about the tiny, shimmering moments of hope that pierced through the darkness. The day a new friend smiled at her and asked about her hometown. The afternoon she stumbled upon a small Vietnamese restaurant and the first taste of pho felt like coming home. The evening, a guitar melody played on campus, and she found herself quietly singing along to an old, beloved song. She writes to that girl, "You will learn patience. You will learn to accept solitude, but you must never, ever let it consume you. You will learn to love yourself, and from that love, you will learn to embrace this new world." She writes about gradually finding her identity, not by forgetting who she was, but by embracing it. She found strength in participating in local Vietnamese communities, attending ceremonies, and celebrating Tet with new friends who felt like family. She found joy in tasting familiar dishes and, more importantly, in sharing them with others, watching their faces light up. She learned to tell her own story, to connect with people on a deeper level, and in doing so, she started to feel a true sense of belonging, not just with the Vietnamese community, but finally, with herself. Each letter she writes is an emotional journey, acknowledging the fear while planting seeds of hope for the future. She writes of beautiful memories. The first time she gathered the courage to speak about Saigon in a class presentation. The first time she cooked a full Vietnamese meal for her American friends. The first time she realized that her quiet singing could actually make others smile. These small details become the threads linking her past and her present, connecting the young, unsure girl to the woman who was slowly, surely, finding her own way. She also writes about her mistakes and her failures, but she does so without judgment or punishment. Instead, she offers gentle advice, forgiveness, and reminders that every single step has meaning, that every hardship teaches a lesson in growth. The letters become a mental map, tracing her journey from loneliness and uncertainty to maturity, confidence, and a gradual, peaceful sense of belonging. In one letter, she writes, "Dear me, please remember you are never truly alone. I am always here," in these words, to remind you that you are so much stronger than you think. And you deserve all the love, respect, and happiness in the world. Finally, she puts the pen down and looks out the window. Little Saigon remains quiet, bathed in the soft moonlight. Yet inside her, a warm, steady light spreads through her chest. She realizes that the journey of finding oneself never truly ends, but every step, every letter, every memory proves the incredible strength of her spirit and the boundless love she has cultivated for herself. If this story touched your heart, please press subscribe to follow more real-life stories of the Vietnamese community in America. Leave a like if you felt the strength in overcoming loneliness and reclaiming your identity. Share this video so that someone else out there may realize they are not alone on their journey. Thank you for listening to Letters from Little Saigon. Goodbye.